This isn't just a boat. This is a $500 million floating city owned by one man, and it comes with its own support yacht, because apparently, one boat isn't enough when your net worth is over $200 billion. Today we're going inside Koru and Abeona, the most talked about super yachts on the planet. The real numbers, the real excess. Let's go. Her name is Koru. That's the official name, though most people still call it Y721, the project name from the Dutch shipyard Oceanco where she was built. She stretches 127 meters, that's 417 feet, making her the longest sailing yacht in the world when she launched. 3 massive carbon fiber masts, each one towering higher than a 20-story building. The sails alone cover over 1,900 square meters, roughly the size of half a football field. And the whole thing was built in total secrecy. Oceanco had workers sign strict NDAs. No photos, no leaks. The yacht was designed by a top-secret team, and the only glimpses the world got were from spy drone footage shot by obsessed yacht watchers. That's the level of paranoia when you're building the world's most expensive sailing yacht. The interior? Off limits to public knowledge. But sources say there are multiple decks, a swimming pool, a beach club, a cinema, a gym, guest suites for 18 people, and a crew of over 40 to keep it all running. Round the clock. 7 days a week. 40 humans, just to maintain one boat. That's more staff than most small companies. Each crew member earns anywhere from $50,000 to $150,000 per year depending on their role. Do the math, Bezos spends millions every single year, just on salaries for this yacht. But here's where it gets really insane. Koru, the $500 million sailing yacht, has its own support vessel. Her name is Abeona, and she's not small. Abeona is roughly 75 meters long. She carries the helicopters, the submersibles, the jet skis, the tenders, all the toys that won't fit on Koru. Think of her as the support truck for the world's most expensive sports car. She also carries extra fuel, spare parts, and crucially, she can dock in ports where Koru can't. Because when you have a 417-foot sailing yacht, you literally can't pull up to most marinas in the world. So Abeona pulls in first, sets everything up, and then the big show arrives. This is actually common in billionaire yacht culture. The ultra-wealthy call them shadow yachts. They're purpose-built logistics ships for the main yacht. But most shadow yachts are nowhere near the size of Abeona. She's basically a super yacht in her own right. Combined, we're talking north of $600 million in floating assets. And that doesn't include the helicopters on board, the submersibles, the toys, the art, none of that. Just the hulls. Buying a $500 million yacht is one thing, running it is a completely different beast. Industry experts estimate that for every $1 million a yacht costs to buy, you spend $100,000 per year just to maintain it. Apply that math to Koru. You're looking at roughly $50 million per year every year just to keep the lights on. That's $136,000 per day, $5,700 per hour, non-stop, whether Bezos is on board or not. The fuel bill alone is staggering. When Koru fires up her engines to navigate in and out of harbors, she burns diesel at rates that would bankrupt most small countries. And that's before you factor in Abeona running alongside her, burning her own fuel. But here's the thing for Bezos. $50 million a year is roughly 0.025% of his net worth. If you had a net worth of $100,000, that's like spending $25 a year on your boat. Pocket change. Literally. This is what separates billionaires from the rest of us. It's not that they're rich, it's that the scale of their wealth makes $50 million feel like a rounding error. Now let's talk about the moment the world lost its mind over this yacht. In early 2022, reports surfaced that the city of Rotterdam in the Netherlands had been asked to temporarily dismantle a historic bridge so that Koru could pass through the harbor. The bridge is called the Hif, the Koningshaven Bridge. It's a beloved Rotterdam landmark, built in 1927. It survived World War II. It was declared a historic monument. And Bezos apparently wanted it moved, for a boat. The city agreed to allow the temporary disassembly for a fee. But when news broke, Rotterdam citizens were furious. A grassroots movement started online calling for people to show up on the bridge and throw eggs at the yacht as it passed. The story went global. Bezos, who was already getting roasted for his space tourism while workers at Amazon were fighting for bathroom breaks, was now the guy who wanted to tear down a World War II surviving bridge. For a hobby boat. In the end, the bridge was not dismantled. Bezos quietly changed the exit route. The yacht left Rotterdam through a different channel. The eggs never flew. But the PR damage was done. And the world got a very clear picture of the kind of power a $500 million yacht represents. Of course, Bezos isn't the only billionaire with a ridiculous yacht. This is a competition, and the ultra-wealthy take it very seriously. Roman Abramovich, before his assets were frozen, had the Eclipse, 162 meters, 2 helipads, a submarine, a missile defense system, yes, an actual anti-missile system. Because when you're worth $10 billion and you've made enemies, you upgrade your boat accordingly. Then there's the Azam, owned by the royal family of Abu Dhabi, 180 meters long, currently the longest motor yacht in the world, built to outrun any Navy vessel in its class. Top speed of over 30 knots. Cost? Around $600 million. And that's just the original build. The refits cost hundreds of millions more. Elon Musk, interestingly, has publicly said he doesn't want a super yacht. He called it a hassle, but he does own a $6 million speedboat and has been spotted on friends' yachts multiple times. So make of that what you will. Bottom line, among tech billionaires, Bezos is the yacht guy. And Koru isn't just a status symbol, it's a declaration. A $500 million declaration that says, I have arrived. In the most literal sense possible. So where does a $500 million yacht actually spend its time? Bezos and his partner Lauren Sanchez have been spotted on Koru across the Mediterranean: Greece, Italy, Turkey, Croatia. These are the classic super yacht hunting grounds. In the summer, you'll find it anchored off Greek islands like Mykonos, Santorini, Hydra. These spots are basically the billionaire version of a public beach, except access requires a superyacht invitation. Bezos and Sanchez are famously public about their yacht life. Paparazzi shots regularly surface of them in the Mediterranean, which, given the level of secrecy around the yacht's construction, feels almost deliberate. Like, yes, you can see the boat. That's the point. In the winter, the yacht reportedly heads to the Caribbean St. Bart's, Antigua, the British Virgin Islands. These are the classic winter escape routes for the ultra-wealthy. When the Mediterranean gets cold and the crowds thin out, the fleet migrates. The tracking apps that follow superyachts, yes, those exist, show Koru and Abeona typically moving together, always within visual range of each other. Always ready. A 2-yacht convoy cutting through international waters. What's it actually like to be on board? Former guests, and there aren't many who talk, describe an experience that's closer to a private resort than a boat. Every meal is prepared by a private chef. Every drink is waiting before you ask for it. The chef on a yacht like this earns upward of $120,000 a year. They train at Michelin star restaurants. The wine cellar holds rare bottles. The cheese comes from specific farms in France. The fish is caught fresh that morning by the crew. For you. And the entertainment? Koru reportedly has a cinema room, a DJ setup, a wellness spa, and a water toy garage that includes jet skis, paddleboards, flyboards, and a custom submersible for deep water dives. All deployed by the crew, on demand. There are stories, unverified but widely circulated in yacht circles, of guests being flown from the nearest airport to the yacht by helicopter, because the yacht was anchored too far from shore to reach by tender. The helicopter lands on Abeona. A tender takes you to Koru. Welcome aboard. This is the thing about extreme wealth that people don't fully grasp. It's not just about having stuff, it's about having systems. The yacht doesn't just exist, there's an entire logistics infrastructure running 24 hours a day to make sure your experience is perfect. Always. Let's zoom out for a second, because there's a bigger story here than just one guy's boat. The global superyacht market is worth over $10 billion a year. There are currently more than 10,000 superyachts in the world, defined as any vessel over 24 meters. The top 1% of yacht owners, the ones with vessels over 80 meters, represent a world most people will never see. Not just because of the money, but because these yachts literally sail away from the public, into international waters, into private bays, into a parallel world. And the environmental footprint is significant. A yacht like Koru burns through tens of thousands of gallons of fuel per voyage. The carbon footprint of one superyacht crossing the Atlantic is equivalent to driving a car for several years. It's a conversation the yachting industry is starting to have slowly. But for now, the yachts keep getting bigger, the orders keep coming. Oceanco, the yard that built Koru, has a waiting list, because when you have $200 billion, you don't think about the footprint. You think about the next destination. Jeff Bezos didn't just buy a yacht. He bought a lifestyle statement that cost $500 million, requires its own support ship, sparked an international controversy, and burns $136,000 a day just to exist. And somewhere out there right now, Koru and Abeona are cutting through some private bay, probably in the Mediterranean, while the rest of us watch. If you made it this far, you're clearly as obsessed with billionaire life as we are. Hit subscribe, we do this every week. New money, old money, yachts, jets, mansions, and all the ridiculous excess in between. We'll see you in the next one. Subscribe. You know you want to.